Not a clue.
I'm just like smiling at you guys like,
thank you, Rebecca.
that was it. Totally.
Rebecca, have a good night. Thanks for coming in.
Overtime in this bitch, I swear to God.
Oh, okay. All right, so we're ready?
Yes.
Okay. You should bring us in.
Okay. Hi, ghouls, and welcome back to the Hot Ghouls Club. What?
You're closer to the mic.
Wait, no, I'm loud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, you better not be quiet.
Imagine.
All right, do it again.
Okay.
Bring us in. You really liked that I said that the last time, right?
Yeah, I did.
I'm like, do you want to bring us in? And then she was
I
like,
like to keep certain things.
she was like, I love the hook.
Yeah.
I was like, what hook? And then I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I honestly was too tired to cut that out. I was like, whatever.
You don't know it.
I'm just like, do.
Stop.
All right.
Hi, guys, and welcome back to the Hot Ghouls Club. Today we have with us a new rotating co-host, guest host, Linda.
Woo!
Hi, everybody. I'm a friend of Jamie's and a fan of the Hot Ghouls Club. A new friend of Tara's. So thank you guys for having me on. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm excited.
I can't wait. We are. I'm actually not. You guys aren't going to hear me yapping today.
Well, we will.
So true.
So true.
I mean, she is who she is.
Yeah, she's a chatty Chelsea.
Trademark.
Point. Yeah, trademark. TM.
Thank you.
Some girl named Chelsea is gonna be like, how fucking dare you?
Literally my podcast name.
Well, I'm excited because Linda did some research on the topic today too, so she's definitely going to jump in and say a couple
Yes, I
things
will.
because there's about 7 million stories regarding this topic.
Honestly, too many.
Too many. Too many. All right, do you want me to get going?
Yeah, get going, babe.
All right, guys. Well, like Jamie said, welcome back to the podcast. Check your IDs at the door. It's the Hot Ghouls Strip Club tonight. We're diving into something a little bit
60 and
different.
above.
I'm sorry, you said 60?
60.
Oh, thank God. I thought you said 16. I was like, oh, so we're pedophiles. Thank you. And the
60.
podcast
We canceled.
before it even really got
She came. She left just as quick.
Okay. So today we're going to dive into something a little bit different. A myth, a legend, an urban tale that's as eerie as it is fascinating.
Ooh.
If you have been following us, you know that we don't just do true crime. We like all things ooky, spooky, and paranormal. So this is a little bit different, and today we're going to be leaning into that legend part of it, of our topics.
Would you say it's something that lies in the shadows?
It does. It does. Snaps for Jamie.
Snaps for Jamie.
Yeah.
Snaps for Jamie. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. Today, we're going to be talking about the legend of the Bunny Man. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, are you fucking kidding me? So, I actually had no idea what this was. Jamie brought this topic up to me, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll do it. And then I did research, and I'm like, oh my God, there's so much information on the Bunny Man. So, I'm going to, try my best to do it justice.
And I know you will, babe. You do every time.
Oh, thank you. Okay. So, the Bunny Man is an urban legend out of Fairfax County, Virginia. The story goes that if you find yourself near the Clifton Overpass at midnight on Halloween, the Bunny Man will get you. Supposedly, he'll gut you, slit your throat, and hang your body from the bridge as a gruesome warning to anyone daring to trespass.
I got full body chills.
Oh, good.
That's
I love
disgusting.
that. I know.
Just imagine a man with a bunny hat. I think I saw, because I think there's a video somewhere out there that I saw of this lore. That just like...
Probably they're all over like TikTok. Mm-hmm. And honestly, a grown man in a bunny suit doesn't do it for me. A lot of things do it for me. That is not one of them.
Doesn't get you there, huh?
No. Thankfully, I haven't seen any. Well, I don't know why I said thankfully. Like, they're not just as like the Easter bunny. Maybe like with a little polka dot vest would be even more traumatizing. Mm-hmm. But just the fact that they're walking around in a bunny man
I
suit.
get like Donnie Darko, like Frank kind of
that was
vibes
like
from it,
brought
and I
up.
kind of dig that. Like, I was one of those emo kids that watched Donnie Darko like on the daily. So
Did you have for she's this English teacher that we had, and
she almost made me not like that movie.
She's like a die-hard Donnie Darko teacher, and she teaches English. And
I'm sorry, what? A diehard Donnie Darko teacher.
Yeah.
Okay.
I stand by it.
He was one of those teachers that were friends with all the kids and like really tried to relate to everybody.
red
And
flag,
she tried
red flag.
really too hard to relate to me by liking Donnie Dark.
So the Bunny Man is an urban legend out of Fairfax County, Virginia. Like I had said. Wait, I am rereading my thing. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Fairfax County is a suburb outside of Washington, D.C. I'm sorry. Let me restart that.
Washington disease.
D.C. Fairfax County is a suburb outside of Washington, D.C. Historically, it was a rural area. I hope I said that right. But by the 70s is kind of when they started developing it and putting, like, it's more suburban now. And it's because
very suburban.
a lot of people move to Fairfax County for jobs. So there's actually not too many people that are, like, born and raised in Fairfax, but a lot of people relocate there because it's so close to Washington, D.C.
It's booming, man.
And
Want
so,
any popcorn?
bitch,
I'm so sorry.
you can't be a host right now. Like a hostess. You have to be a host. All right, so let's break down the origins of the Bunny Man legend. So there's more than 2 origin stories, but I have 2. So if you have another one, definitely jump in. But the one that I feel like is maybe the most popular and the most that I see like in my research, like retold over and over again, is that in 1904, there was an insane asylum somewhere near Fairfax County, and the townspeople were unhappy about it. They didn't want these crazy people anywhere near them. They wanted them gone. So they kind of like petitioned and complained, and eventually the asylum got shut down, and the facility started to ship all of the patients to the nearby prison. Like in buses. And so the legend is that one of the buses got into like a car accident near the Clifton overpass, or just on the way to the prison, and 2 men, everybody was accounted for except for 2 men, Marcus Walster and Douglas Grifton. They had escaped. Obviously the police started searching for them, going through the woods. Like I said, it was a very rural like area, so it was very like, and it's 1904, like there's a lot of trees. So the police start searching for them. Obviously they're looking through all of the woods, and they there's a couple of different accounts that I found. One that like before they found either of the men, they were finding like skinned and like partially eaten rabbits. Like I'm like just rabbits, like not squirrels, but whatever. Also rabbits, because that's what they were surviving off of. And then about 4 months after they escaped, 3 children went missing.
Oh my God.
And like adults went to go look for them, and they came across the Clifton overpass, and the 3 children were found gutted and hanging, like in the overpass. You know what I mean? Like over the side. So yeah. And then another version is that Grifton actually killed Walster during their escape, taking the sole credit for the gruesome murders, and he actually hung Walster over the bridge.
Yeah, from what I had found was that it was Marcus's body that was found hanging.
Marcus Walster.
Yes.
Sorry, I was like,
exactly.
who?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I heard too. I heard 2 different accounts that, I mean, they both ended in gruesome murder. And the one with Walster was like, there was even a note saying the Bunny Man.
There was a note saying, you'll never find me no matter how hard you try. And they actually never found Douglas.
Oh, I was going to say it was bold because like you're just a man, but then like they never find him.
Oh my God.
So sad. Anyway, moving on. There's another origin story that I've heard as well. This one is like even weirder. And I think this one might go more to
beat,
like
but all right.
Okay. So it's the tale of a farmer that kind of lived in the area in the woods all by himself, kind of deep. And one night, a local pastor wanted to just go visit the farm and like visit the farmer. And when he got to the cabin, he started like overhearing some strange noises and maybe chanting in a language he did not understand. And so he was like, trying to listen. He didn't really understand. He went around to go peek into like a window, and he saw something crazy. He saw the farmer on his knees, chanting or like speaking in this language he didn't understand over like a cow that was laying there. And all of a sudden he picks up a knife, stabs the cow in the neck, and then like collects the blood and starts drinking the blood. And the pastor was like, what the fuck? So he like was like, hell no. And he hightailed it out of there. And he told the police, and the police came and like questioned him. And he, the farmer actually admitted that he had stolen the cow Rude. Because a demon told him to do it. And then since he didn't do any, I mean, he killed a cow. That wasn't cool. And he stole a cow. So he did
What was the pastor doing there?
He was just going to say hello.
Just not minding his own
dropping by.
I mean, he's a pastor. He's
Is that like a normal thing?
And then it's like the mayor of the town.
What year was this? Or like
I don't know what year, but
time?
I think it was like also in the early 1900s. It's like that's like where the legends of the Bunny Man came from, like from the early 1900s. Yeah.
From there, yeah.
So the guy did go to jail for like a little bit of time, and when he got out, he vowed revenge on the town. And then that's when I also heard the 3 children being gutted and hanged from the bridge, also connected to this farmer.
Wow.
But I think in that story is like there was like dead rabbits and stuff also hanging in the overpass.
That's what I was wondering, because in the first story that we went over, they didn't really say Bunny Man. The one thing that they really mentioned was basically they knew that these 2 escaped mental patients, or psychiatric patients, I should say,
Politically correct.
were eating, we want to be PC about
in 1904. They were like, get the crazies the fuck out of here.
They knew that they were still like a lot like, at large, because they found these like partially eaten rabbits, and I was like, okay, maybe that's where the Bunny Man comes into this story. So with yours, with the second story that you went over, what was the Bunny Man like?
The thing that I saw was like there was the same skinned rabbit things, but they were hanging from the underneath the overpass.
They were hanging. Okay,
so I don't.
That too,
I don't know. Like, well, I kind of do know where the Bunny Man came from, and I don't necessarily think it came from the early 1900s. It came more from. It's interesting because I think it came from
like
incidents later, and then they got
bunny men,
and then they got kind of love tied together in a way.
Yeah.
So they live in the same universe. So if we fast forward to like the 70s, there's 2 actual documented incidents. And when I say documented, I mean newspaper clippings of incidents with a man in a bunny
police
suit.
reports, yeah.
With police reports, yeah.
Oh my God.
And so it got even like a little weirder. So the first incident is a young couple were at a nearby football game, and on their way home, they decided to stop in within Fairfax County at a relative's house to visit. Shortly after they parked, a man. Oh, sorry, and the driver's name was Robert Bennett, and he was with his fiance. I actually don't know her name. Do you know it, Linda? Oh, okay.
I don't.
Robert Bennett, and he was like in the Naval Academy.
Don't ever care about the fiancés.
They don't. They really don't. So after
Robert Bennett.
Yeah, Robert Bennett. I think the woman's last name was Conley, because I feel like I heard Conley reference. But anyway, so shortly after they parked, a man approached the car, shattered the passenger window with a hatchet, resulting in the glass getting all over Robert Bennett's fiance. And the hatchet was actually like thrown in the car at the time of this. And so Bennett was like, hightailed it out of there, floored it out of there. And as they were leaving, they heard the guy yelling, "You are trespassing. I have your tags." Right? Like, way overreaction.
Yeah.
Like, if you're trespassing, like, just let them know.
Yeah. Like, knock on the window.
Do a little knocky knock first.
With the hatchet, maybe.
Don't. The couple had slightly different accounts on what happened, but only on, like, what the man was wearing. Mm-hmm. His fiance is adamant that it was a white suit and he was wearing, like, a hat with white bunny ears.
Okay.
Bennett said it was more akin to something you would see the KKK wearing today.
Were they a black couple or were they a white couple?
No, I think they're a white couple, but I cannot neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah.
And this is like a true story. Like there was an aunt that remembers like cleaning the glass out of the fiance's hair. And there's actually this guy, Brian Conley, who like is a historian and archivist in Fairfax County or like DC or something. And he like even like tracked them down. This couple is still together to this day. They were engaged.
I didn't know that.
And they're, they're still adamant, like, that's what happened. But they still, I think she still is, like, definitely the Bunny Man.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, maybe the Bunny Man. Maybe not. You know what I mean?
Like the area.
And white. Just they also think of white suit. Because, yeah, go on.
Sorry.
Go off, Queen.
Yeah, I feel like there's certain, like, situations where it's, like, hard to think you're gonna make it up. Like, why would you make up that you're just parking somewhere random and somebody's like...
No, I don't think it was...
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was definitely not made up at all because the glass was literally shattered. The hatchet was in the car and it's actually still, like, hung up somewhere in Fairfax County, like, as a thing. Yeah,
That's
because
crazy.
they obviously really lean into the Bunny Man legend.
A lot of, like, I feel like the basis of, like, a lot of different, like, scary, like... like Freddy Krueger, Jason, like Mike Myers, like all that. Like I'm like kind of like the same vibe.
I'm pretty sure
the
there was a
children.
Bunny Man movie that came out, like, I don't remember how long ago, but like in the 2000s.
That I'm sure that's like fucked up movie.
That's
There's
never
so
seen
many-
it, couldn't tell you, but
There's so many Bunny Man movies, like whether they're like good or bad. Like I read somewhere like the first one was actually in the 40s,
wow.
but he wasn't like a murderer.
That's what's crazy is that it starts from the early 1900s and now we're in the late 1900s or mid to late 1900s.
Yeah, no, really the late 1900s. Honestly, it's like the 70s. It's the
Yeah.
latter half of the century. No, it's kind of crazy. I mean, and it's also, think about this. I mean, I think the couple was from Fairfax County or at least in the area, so they knew of the Bunny Man. And think about that. Like, if you're the woman and like you're the passenger seat, so yours is a little bit more traumatizing without a doubt, but your visuals are a little bit more obscured.
Yeah.
And if it was like a white pointy hat, which isn't necessarily connected to the KKK, like people used to wear stuff like that before that, that your mind could have played tricks on you.
But like in the 70s, do you think that people would wear something that would resemble?
I mean, it was Virginia.
Sorry, babes. You're with it.
You know what you are.
I know.
No apologies.
It's like a very okay. I'm excited to hear what else you have to say.
Yeah. So there is another incident that has like newspaper clippings. It was legit. I mean, there was a witness. I never want to say it's like legit, but there was a witness. So, and I think these happened on the same street, Guinea Street.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Guinea
or
Road.
Papua New Guinea,
Ew.
Guinea Street. Yeah, I was like, I have to write Papua New Guinea because that's how I know how to pronounce Guinea.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so not too long. I believe this happened after the car incident, but not too long after that, there was a security guard on Papua New Guinea Street. And to give some insight to this, the 70s is really when that territory was being developed. So there was a lot of construction going on, houses being built, and so I'm sure they hired like a security guard to guard maybe like on the weekends or when they weren't there, just to protect the property and the assets, right?
Yeah, and I'm
just
sure
like
there's, equipment and all that other shit that would
Very
be,
true.
That's worth thousands of dollars,
yes,
even at that time.
I was gonna say like $3. So the security guard was securing the road, doing what he had to do, and then he noticed that there was like a man at one of the houses hacking away at one of the roof support beams, like the one that's like on the ground, like leaning into the house. The man was dressed in a like brown, gross Bunny Man suit. Brown.
Wow.
So maybe two different people. Also foul.
Yeah.
And he's hacking away
Unless it got dirty.
like since the incident. Yeah, he like rolled around in the mud. He's like, I'm gonna do something
I
else.
mean, he's been roaming around the woods since 1900.
That's true. I don't think he has a washing machine, Jamie. Don't be so classist.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know.
And so this is fun. We got a kick out of this. So the man started walking up to the Bunny Man, like, you know, kind of telling him to stop what he's doing. And the Bunny Man yelled at him that he was trespassing. The guy was trespassing on his property, and that essentially like he'd hurt him. Like he had a hatchet in his hand if he would come close. The security guard had to walk back to his truck to get his gun. That was not on him.
Okay, that's wild.
Like, wait.
Like,
and then why do you even have a gun?
Hack away at a. I would have been like, gun up, bro.
A gun up immediately.
Yeah.
But by the time he like looked back, the Bunny Man had hopped off to the woods. No, I'm just kidding. He ran off into the woods.
He could have hopped. We don't know.
He could have hopped. He absolutely could have hopped.
This is a crazy story.
Yes. So those are like really the only two incidents that like it was documented.
Yeah.
There was a few like I'm not gonna get into them, but there was like a few really like gruesome murders in the area. I think within the 70s that could have been like heightening the fear of the Bunny Man, because it wasn't like, I mean, there was obviously a pretty decent amount of murders within that period.
Yeah.
But some of them were your run-of-the-mill like DV, you know, but like others were like really gruesome, had murdered children and all like a whole family, like yeah, so like things like that really did feed into the lore, because like also think about how like your parents told you about the boogeyman,
Yeah.
or like told you about something like, if you don't do this, this person's gonna come get you. Like that was their thing. Like it, like if you go out, if you don't come in, if you're not home by 8, the Bunny Man's gonna be out there. You know what I mean? Or if it's on Halloween, if you're not home by 11, like the Bunny Man's gonna get you.
A lot of folklore and like urban legends are like said to come from that kind of stuff. You know?
Yeah, like from a protection of the kid.
Exactly.
There was one from our high school that, or No, because you weren't from my elementary school, and it was Dead Fred, and he was said to have lived in the broiler room. Is that what it is?
Or boiler room.
Boiler.
Broiler is the oven.
I get that mixed up all the
That's
time.
like a normal mix-up. Don't worry, babes.
Thank you. And that
We listen and we don't judge.
we listen and we don't judge. I need that mantra on my shirt. For me
I
specifically.
judge sometimes.
No, I'm judging all the time, but
That will be on the back.
actually I'm judging all the
Actually, I'm
time.
judging constantly. But yeah, it was said that if you were a kid, because it was super accessible for like elementary school kids to like go down the stairs and check out the boiler. I remember I was able to go down there and check it out.
You had to.
You had to.
I mean, yeah, you don't want to be like a little bitch.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't see that stuff when it's like really amber looking color in there. But yeah, it's the lore, and that used to be like a lot of times they would say if you're bad, Death Fred will come get you, blah 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 blah.
Oh,
Type deal.
shit.
Yeah.
Not Dead Fred.
Watch
Maybe we'll do
out.
an episode on Dead Fred.
There won't be.
We'll
much.
just do like an interview with everybody you went to.
Basically, the end of it. Don't go into the boiler room.
The title would be Bunny Man featuring Dead Fred.
Shout out.
Okay, so those were the two
Document.
documented things. I actually want to say one thing before I go further. I did hear of another origin story. It's a little bit more loose, but essentially it has to do, I think also in the early 1900s, a young teen snapped on Easter and killed his whole family.
Oh wow. And
And then like ran into the woods. I think he was eventually apprehended and what have you. But I think because it was on Easter, it kind of got the Bunny Man lore. So a lot of murder.
well, that's still within the same area.
Absolutely.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
And I know, like, after, like you were saying, like, there was, the public was very paranoid, like, you know, in the 70s after these two incidents had happened. And there was over 50 police reports of people saying that they had seen the Bunny Man or, like, incidents. And one of the more, like, morbid and, like, disturbing ones was somebody saying that the Bunny Man had devoured their neighbor's cat and like left it mangled and you know for them to come home and see their beloved pet just it became like, you know,
Like the heresy.
They came like the scapegoat. Like
Yeah.
a coyote probably would have did that to your cat.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
it was the Bunny Man.
and it's like the Bunny Man. I did read that or hear that. And somebody said something funny. They're like, "Why are you in your neighbor's business?" Like, mind your. And I think they called him like their old blind like cat or something. Like it felt like insulting. Like leave the cat alone. And it was gutted.
Why are you dragging?
But I
him?
did
You
hear
are
that.
dragged.
And then I guess none of those other like reports really resulted in like any sort of violent act or anything like that or something like super intimidating. But you know what it kind of reminds me of? Remember the clown thing?
I was literally going to say that. Yes. What was that? 2016? Was
I think so.
That beautiful year, 2016,
I know.
that we just missed so much. Yes, I was thinking about the killer clowns and like before, you know, we were saying like, you know, there could be many bunny men or, you know, like there was the Bunny Man of like the early 1900s and then maybe another one in the 70s. But it was like after a while, like whether these stories are true or not, like there could just be like a bunch of grown men running around in bunny costumes and that's kind of like really cute and hilarious to me. Not if they're like actually hatchet murdering people.
Yeah.
But, you know, if they're just like, it's like a club of like men that are just like dressing up in these bunny costumes, I'm like
go
all
off.
for it. I'm like, here for
Absolutely.
you.
If that's what you're
Get
into,
your freak
I mean,
on.
you know,
Come on.
But
It's
like
much better than the clown thing because that like got old really fast. And
It
that year
did.
was like terrible enough for all of us. So like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, that was wild. That was absolutely.
that was actually a
The
really
bunny men
horrible
are
year.
cute
Yeah.
and they could keep, you know, like doing their thing.
Well, as long as their bunny suits are clean.
Okay.
Okay, I don't need no stanky bunny up in here. Okay, so there is another like I've seen it like a couple of different times. Another tale. There's no evidentiary support, as Elle Woods would say, to these claims. But there's an infamous like Halloween story, and I think that's why it gets tied to Halloween. So I've heard a couple different ways. I'll say the one that I wrote down, but Linda, if you have the other one, by all means. So it was a group of like teenagers, like boyfriends and girlfriends, and the boyfriends wanted to spook their girlfriends, and it was Halloween, so they brought them to the Bunny Man bridge like before midnight, and like they were freaking them out. They're like, the bunny man's gonna come, the bunny man's gonna come, as it's leading up to midnight. And one girl got so freaked out, like right before it hit midnight, she kind of like pushed her boyfriend away and ran out from under the bridge. And when she looked back, she saw this bright light, and then the light was gone, and she saw the silhouettes of all of her friends hanging from the overpass, gutted. And the next thing you know, she's unconscious. And then she wakes up, and I don't think any of that actually happened. I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? It was legend that she still lived there, like in Fairfax County, and you could go like find her only a few miles from the bridge. There's also legends that not legends, there's also stories that there's blood stains on the bridge, and like you can go, I mean, it could be disproven, but also what if there's like red paint, or what if this, you know what I mean? This or that. Did you hear the other version of it?
No.
Oh, the other version was... it was very similar, but it was just a group of girlfriends went and did it. Mm-hmm. And then like the same thing, one ran out at midnight in a flashlight. She saw all of her friends dead. And then I saw another one where a girl actually like murdered all of her friends.
Oh my God.
And then herself. I have no idea.
And these are all
There's
just,
always
like,
so many
stories.
iterations.
These are just stories. Like there's no newspaper clippings or police reports that would necessarily support them.
Yeah.
And all of that. Is there any other like legends or anything that you guys want to, or any stories that you read about that you want to add?
No, but I thought something interesting we could discuss would be like, like a lot of these legends like and stuff like that happen around bridges, and like why do we think that happens
That's
around
so true.
bridges?
Well, I wonder if like it's because like trolls are under bridges.
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking. And they're also like when you think of like a bridge, it's kind of like, like a gateway or like, like a crossing over from like, with ghosts and stuff like that. It's like crossing over, like there's
Almost like
crossroads
it's like
and stuff like that, or crossing or ferry bridges and stuff like that. There's a lot of things in folklore that have bridges in it, and they're just like, I forget what the phobia is called, but there is actually like a phobia of like bridges and stuff like that. And like I feel that too, especially when I'm driving.
I was
over
gonna say
them
a lot of
and
people
stuff
hate
like
driving
that.
over bridges,
Or like going under bridges too. Like gives me anxiety, and it reminded me. There's also a legend from or a myth or whatever folklore from Long Island that reminded me a lot of this was Sweet Hollow Road, and I thought that maybe we'll explore that in the future.
Yeah.
I literally
So-
said that to somebody at work because I was talking about the Bunny Man, and I called it Round Swamp Road because it's the road in Huntington that you actually take, but Sweet Hollow is the road that you
Exactly,
go
yeah.
to. I had a friend like say that they went, like they drove in the road.
There's so many stories from
and
that
they got
area
pulled over.
there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, creepy things.
Yeah.
Is it?
With the guy with the
Yeah, the back of his head.
What is that?
So there's this legend that if you drive on Sweet Hollow Road, I believe it's either in like Huntington or Melville, but they're kind of like right next to each other. You drive down it. I don't know if it's a day or a time. Maybe it's Halloween, but you'll get pulled over by like a sheriff, and he'll go up to you, he'll talk to you, and then I think he lets you go. But when he leaves, you see that the back of his head is actually blown out.
Yep.
Wow.
He's
There's a
dead.
lot of lore over there.
There's a lot. I've actually heard so many. I had an English teacher in high school who told us these crazy stories surrounding like the hanging bridge and the
English
the
teachers
woman
coming into the
they're
story.
I mean,
today.
like honestly,
I mean, they stay
mine
with
was,
us.
like,
Whether
not
we
as
like
creepy,
them or
but yeah.
not, whether we like them or not, they stay with us.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I would love to dive into like just all of the legends of Long Island because there's so many, and I have to like remember the one because he like would tell us he had like 4 incidents all within this like one area, but he would never. He said he tells the story all the time, but he would never ever ever tell his students where it is because we could disprove it, or he was trying to protect us, is what he would say.
Yeah.
I think what do they call that? They call that area Mount Misery, and it actually like things like that date back to like, when we were like settling here, and it was because the land was like not farmable and shit, crazy stuff like that. So it's like there's so much lore from that area. It would be a cool episode.
I would love
That
to
is cool.
Check it out.
Okay, so why don't we separate some fact from fiction? Okay, so the main story that can be disproven is the asylum one. So it has been verified that there was never any sort of psychiatric asylum in or near Fairfax County, and the prison that is mentioned is Lorton Prison, which wasn't actually built until 1910, and there is no historical record of a Douglas Grifton or a Marcus Walster.
Oh, wow.
So very sad. And I think like something that a lot of these, I know, I'm so sorry to break the bubble. Something a lot of these stories, because even other stories I've read, it was interesting. I read somebody's like, I felt like a college essay and I was like, oh my God, I love this. About the bunny man is that so many of the stories have like people with actual names. Like and they have first and last names, which makes it feel even more believable.
Yeah.
Like even the one about the girl who murdered all of her friends, her name is Adrian Hatala. Like there is no Adrian Hatala. Like you know what I mean? Like it was just the fact that these stories could get so perpetuated and like so intense. I actually watched Suburban Screams. It's like this show on Peacock that goes over urban legends. And this guy was like talking about the bunny man. He was like kind of getting upset and like it was just like he's like, you know, it was just so scary and like it became so real for them, and especially in the 70s. And it was in the 70s, like the satanic panic and like all of that other stuff that was going on and all of the hate. And especially, I mean, in Virginia, isn't that? Oh no, obviously Memphis, Tennessee was the Memphis 3. But it's all in the South. There's a lot of satanic panic. And I think a lot of times when people don't understand things, they like to like blame something. And like obviously Satan and the devil is so easy for I mean, the South is obviously very religious. It's very Christian. That's really where they're going to go to. Any source of evil is going to come from Satan and the devil. Yeah. So if they're blaming them, they're just, it makes all sense to them.
Yeah.
And so that's where I think a lot of the fear and everything came from, was where the country was in the 70s. And also, I mean, these two people obviously did dress up like bunnies, like crazy people. At least that one guy definitely did. I feel like the security guard saw him in, like, the daylight.
Yeah.
Like, it was no mistaking. That man was in a brown bunny suit.
Yeah.
I can't disprove that the farmer thing never happened. But yeah, it was an interesting little dive to go into, but that's all I have.
Well, it's really good. I feel like, too, with, like, things like lores, and especially when it's, like, an evil-based lore, where it's, like, a lot of, bloodlust, it gives people that are fucked up in the mind, in that sense, a reason to like jump in and be like, okay, well, you know what, the bunny man's already a thing, so like might as well just do that.
They're like, I don't even have to be creative about it. I can just like take this and go with it. Why
exactly
not?
No, seriously. And then like even like the man blaming like the cat being like torn up, like also like what if his dog killed that cat?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's like, oh my God, the bunny man did
Perfect
it.
scapegoat. Sorry,
Perfect
bunny man.
scapegoat.
my sweet little baby angel dog would never.
And never.
Yeah,
never.
ever.
I mean, maybe he did it with that squirrel, but he would never do it to your cat.
Yeah, I feel like that also goes too with like the killer clowns that were like taking over the I know East Coast. I don't know how far it went throughout America, but I feel like that also goes to like how a lot of people were jumping on that trend, and some people were doing it really like maliciously, like they would attack people.
Yes, or they would like hold a knife or like be super menacing.
They were assholes.
Yes,
and I mean that's also probably what these people were doing. They were doing a scare tactic for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like maybe like okay, so think about like the fact that they were developing so much in the 70s. Obviously, maybe that guy in the bunny suit was a reaction to that. He's chopping down the supporting, and he's saying you're trespassing.
Yeah.
What if this man has like really been like a homeless man? He's been living off of the woods for years,
and he truly believes that area is.
Or he could have lost his property.
He could have lost his property to it. Exactly. Like
that could have been his property at some point.
Exactly. And he knows that the bunny man is like going to scare people, and he wants to maybe drive him off. That also could have been like, where exactly did these people park? Was it in one of the new developed homes? Like they were slowly getting developed. Like I heard, like saw a story about one guy when he first like moved there was supposed to be like 25 streets developed, but by the time they got there was only like 4.
Yeah.
And so like there was construction all the time. Half of the stuff was dirt roads. It's obviously not also like the safest area for family with kids and everything. And there's creepy people in and out of construction sites all the time. There was one more story I heard of where there was a big festival happening like near the Clifton overpass, and a man took that opportunity to go like murder people because the cops were so preoccupied with it. But that's like was never confirmed. But they're like the festival, or not the festival, but it's really just like the time. It's like Salem, like the time around like during October. It also gets super overpopulated over there. The cops have a hard time doing crowd control. Like it does become a little like probably like chaotic and a little scary, especially for locals. Like I know that people like in Sleepy Hollow and Salem hate it.
Another thing I thought maybe we could talk about was why like, why do we think, like, the bunny man, like, something like the bunny man? Like, why would he pick, like, a bunny suit? or do you think, like, is there a reason behind something like that? Because, like, rabbits, like, I was trying to think into, like, lore and stuff like that, and there's, like, nothing inherently evil about rabbits and bunnies.
Even
Like,
they have,
you
like,
know,
a lucky rabbit.
so I feel like that's what gives it, yeah, exactly. They're, like, there's luck, there's so many, you know, fertility, all these kinds of things, but nothing that is, like, spooky or anything like that, or like negative in any kind of way. And I feel like that like gives the bunny costume like kind of like more like it's creepier because it's something cute, you know what I mean?
I was gonna say
It's
the
like,
same thing.
it's like, you know, certain things
like
that
a
are
porcelain doll.
yeah, I was gonna say like dolls, like
Yes.
something that's like so cute that it's just like, or it seems innocent, and then you make it like scary, or you make it like, you know, now they're making all these movies like Killer Winnie the Pooh and stuff like that.
Yes,
You know what I
yes, yes.
so I was thinking about that and like why a bunny, and I think it's like, I don't know, it sparks the interest even more in this story. I feel
think
like
so,
because of the
too.
costume.
Yeah.
Without this costume, who would the bunny man be? Like nobody.
Like the Lord
Just, like,
yeah.
A long time ago. And also to that, like, children have been raised, especially like, you know, in like Christianity, you're raised to like love the bunny. It's the Easter bunny. Like, who knows if it's like especially with that that origin story of like the three kids that went missing the one night, and when they went to go search for them, I think in like by the morning their bodies were found. Like maybe he wasn't a bunny suit, and the kids like were like, oh my god, a bunny. Like it's also like a sense of security. And
Sam, the son of Sam, is that who was the
John
clown?
Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy. I
Yeah.
always mix them up.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like a really weird pair to mix up.
I truly don't. I couldn't give you the reason why.
Because they were both fat.
Ooti.
I feel like that's really
That's
it.
probably it.
Big
She knows how her mind works. Big backs.
Italian. All right, and then
Oh,
for
my titty just
the
rubbed up
end-
against this. Okay, so Jamie's brought us in, and now she's gonna bring us out.
Bring it out.
All right, ladies, with that, and gentlemen, and whoever else is listening, with that, we're going to be catching you in the shadows and stay ghouly.
Bye.
Done.